going to show you how to generate a lab requisition and how to enter lab results. So as you'll see here, we're on day 1 with those familiar CRFs, and then these are the requisitions. So for this video, I'll show you how to generate the CSF requisitions and how to enter the CSF results. So I'll start with the test and store. This will be for the quantitative cryptococcal cultures. Click on Add next to that button. And you just need to very quickly enter in some very basic data to show that you've actually drawn a sample for that requisition. So I'll say that I have drawn a sample today. I've taken a tube, 1 tube with 5 mils of CSF, and I could write any comments here. So if I wasn't able to get the sample, I could write why, I could explain why the volume was low, but most often I'll probably just leave that blank. Click on Save. I go back to the page here and you'll see that that requisition's been generated, and now I've got a unique requisition identifier, and this is unique for this one specific test at this one specific time point. I'll also just show you how to generate one again. This is for the routine CSF analysis. And it may seem that you have to do this quite a number of times, particularly on day 1 when there are lots of samples to be taken. So I've got my 2 requisitions. Now the key here is that it is not possible for me to enter a result onto a CRF if I haven't done a requisition at that time point. So I need to have requested that sample. What happens next will depend very much on which site you're in and what kind of interface you're having with the lab, and if you're doing any printing. If I do want to print the labels for those samples, I can click on the boxes and click Print Selected. Alternatively, if I filled everything in, I can click on Print All, and this will print out the labels which will then be attached onto those samples. If you're doing this in your particular site, we'll make sure that you've had plenty of training on this, but for the purpose of this video, let's work on the idea that you aren't going to be printing any labels. So I've generated those unique requisition IDs for these 2 CSF samples, and now I'll show you how you enter the result.